Hello friends, do you know how an induction motor knows how much torque is required for a load? If you do not know, in this video we will discuss this thing. And in addition to this thing, we also model a induction motor in a Etap. So you can learn how you can model a induction motor in a Etap. Before starting the lecture, I want to tell you that in this channel you will learn various softwares like Etap, Big Silent Power Factory, PV System, Dialux Evo, Autodisk. And in addition to these softwares, we are also discussing various technical things related to electrical design engineering. If you want to connect with me, you can join our WhatsApp group or a Telegram group. The link of the group is given in the description. In addition to that, if you want to need a help of your questions, what are your queries, if you need this PDF of this lectures, source files of this lectures, then you have to join my membership. There are two memberships available on my channel. You can go and there is a join button. You can click on the join button and you will see there are two memberships available. Each has its own advantages. One membership is very simple. You can join there, but you can get priority reply of comments. Another membership is little bit costly, but that need in this that thing lot of things are covered. So now start the lecture. Induction motor knows it is how much of load is required for a how much torque is required for a load. Induction motor knows this thing by torque slip characteristics. This is a torque slip characteristics. You have studied in your BTech or MTech course about this. This is the vertical axis or x-axis. In this axis, which represents the torque produced by the motor, is plotted as a percentage of its rated torque. And this is the x-axis or a horizontal axis. It shows slip from 100% to 0%. Slip is here 100% and here it is 0%. That means it decreases slip. From here to here, slip decreases and speed increase. From here it is 0% of slip speed, and here it is 100% of speed. These TL100 and TL80 and TL30 are the load torque at 30% loading, 80% loading, and 100% loading. This is the torque slip motor torque at 100% of load. The key points on the motor torque curve are starting torque at 100% of slip, that is, motor is stationary. The motor generates starting torque to initiate the motion. You can see here the speed is 0 but slip is 100%. The torque at this point needed by the motor to start the motion is called the starting torque or locked rotor torque. Acceleration region. As the motor starts moving, slip decreases, torque gradually increases. With the speed increase, when the speed increase, you are seeing the motor torque is constantly increasing. With the increase of speed, with the decrease of slip, the motor torque increase. This is the maximum torque, that is the peak torque or a breakdown torque. This is the maximum torque the motor can generate. It occurs generally between 15 to 25% of the slip. That is this point. This is the point called the maximum breakdown torque or pull-out torque. This is the maximum torque a motor can generate. Okay, it occurs generally 15 to 25% of the slip. You can see here, if we draw here, it is 15 to 20% of 25% of the slip. Load curves, thin lines like TL30, TL80 and TL100. These lines TL100, TL80 and TL30 are the load curves. They are the load curve at 30% of loading. This is the load curve at 80% of loading, and this is the load curve at 100% of loading. The motor runs at the point where the motor's torque curves intersect with the load torque. That is the motor. This point. Here when load is 100%, the load torque intersects at this point with the motor torque. That means this point is called the stable operating point. The point where the motor torque intersects the load torque curve is called the stable operating point. That means motor runs at this point. At this torque motor runs. When load is 100%, motor is running at this torque. It is not running at this torque, but it is running at the point where load torque and the motor torque intersect. That is the stable operating point. At this intersection, the torque produced by the motor exactly matches the torque required by the load. This is the point where the torque exactly matches with the torque required by the for the load. So here for 80% it is here, and for 30% of loading it is here. At this point the motor is doing its job efficiently, using most of its capacity without being pushed to the limit. This is the ideal operating condition for an induction motor in most industrial applications. Okay, now we will go for the modeling of an induction motor. This is a simple diagram. I will take a simple diagram in this lecture. Then we will go to higher examples, more complex examples. This is a grid, and this is a bus, and this is a induction motor. Okay, I will show you on the Etap how you can model an induction motor in a Etap. Okay, this is the Etap, and this is our model. Now I will show you how you can model an induction motor. This is the induction motor. You can double click here. 1 minute. I can go to first on edit mode. Here the induction motor, you can get here the induction motor. This is the induction motor. Here you can get here, and double click on here. Similarly you can put here. I will put here. 1 minute. I will go on like this. You can connect with this like this. Okay, similarly I have done this here similarly like you have done here. So I will delete it. I want only to show you how you can put this symbol here and connect it with the bus. Now double click on the induction motor and go to the nameplate. In the nameplate you have to first enter the kilowatt rating. Here I have entered the 6000 kilowatt, but you can enter what is rating of your kilowatt rating. What that is 22 kilowatt. This is the data sheet. I have taken the data sheet from Wig some company. This, and this is three-phase induction motor, squirrel cage. Okay, and it is rating is 22 kilowatt. Okay, mm, you can enter this 22 kilowatt here. Then there is a voltage rating. The voltage rating is here. I can show you voltage rating is here. You can see the voltage rating. It is there are two voltage ratings. You can take this one. 22 kilowatt voltage rating is 415. Here you can see the voltage rating is 415. I will tell you what are the two voltage ratings, 380 and 660. Don't worry about that. After that there is a percentage power factor and 100% of loading at 75% and at 50%. Same is efficiency at 100% and 75% and 50%. Okay, you can get this thing from the data sheet also. You can go through the data sheet here. Efficiency at 50%, 75% and 100%. You can enter this data, and power factor is at 50%, 75% and 100%. So you can enter the data here. These three data, and this one, these six data, this one is the seventh data. After that there is a slip and RPM. You can get also this data from here, from the data sheet from manufacturer of the induction motor. That is slip is here 2%, 2% or 1.65, 1.67%, and rated torque is here. RPM I will see, rated speed is 1475. Okay, when you enter here 1475, you can see 1475. It can automatically calculate the slip. See 1.67. Okay, you can automatically calculate the slip. I will show all these things I will model the induction motor which is mentioned in the data sheet. First of all, I want to tell you where the data you have to enter, which data you have to enter. After that, there is a percentage LRC. So you can see the percentage LRC is here, percentage LRC here. It is LRC is 7.3, 7.7, 8.1. That is 88.1 is 810%. So you can enter here 810%. You can enter here 810%. Now after that, then there is a LRA. LRA is here. You can see here the LRA is 329 amperes here. You can see here this 392 amperes LRA, that it is locked rotor amperes. I will tell you all these things, don't worry. Then you have to calculate the, actually when you enter this thing, these things automatically will be calculated. And then there is a percentage power factor. We have entered here 20. I will tell you how you can calculate this and X by R ratio. After that, you came here, there is a torque portion. Here the torque portion, locked rotor torque is locked rotor LR is locked rotor torque. That is locked rotor torque is 360%. You can enter here, and then this is maximum. This is the breakdown torque or pull out torque or maximum torque. You can go here. You can see here breakdown torque. Breakdown torque you can enter here. Okay. This is the pull out breakdown torque. You can see it is 310% or 370% here. Okay, you can enter here. After that, you can go to model page. There is a parameters and tuning. You can click here. Whatever the parameters you have entered in the previously, these all parameters will come here. Then you can estimate and click update. If you want to click the updated one, it can update the system. If you want to click updated values, like there is a small change in updated values and the value you have entered. Actually, these updated values are the values the Etap has calculated. That is a small variation. That is not much variation. You can see 88.99. It is 89. If you want to keep the updated one, you can keep. If you want to keep your existing one, what you have entered, you can uncheck these box and click update. Okay, this two curves are formed: percentage torque slip and percentage of current versus percentage of slip. Okay, then you can go to inertia page. You can enter here the RPM, then WR square. I will also tell you how you can calculate WR square. This is actually moment of inertia. It is given in the data sheet here. You can see moment of inertia is given here. From there you can calculate WR square. Then H you can also calculate from WR square. From H I will tell you, don't worry. Then you can go to the load, and here you can model a load model can be done here. I will tell all these things in the next lecture. We will model a simple induction motor, then you can proceed for more complex. Okay.